He thought he had it all figured out. Walking away from the woman who had stood by him through every struggle, he claimed he'd found a better match. To him, her quiet grace wasn't enough. What he didn't know was that the world has a way of turning tables. The woman he discarded wasn't just another face. She was a billionaire in disguise, hidden beneath the simplicity he overlooked. And soon, his new wife would work under her command. But how far could betrayal and prejudice take? Him? Wait a second. Let us know where you're watching from in the comments, and make sure to subscribe for more powerful and inspiring stories just like this one. Amara had always lived between two worlds. To her neighbors, she was the soft-spoken black woman who dressed, carrying herself with humility. Few knew her family's wealth stretched across continents, built on enterprises that employed thousands. But Amara had never flaunted it. She wanted to be loved for who she was, not for what she had. When Daniel came into her life, he seemed different. He admired her kindness, her intelligence, her steady heart. For a while, she believed he was genuine. She gave her time, her trust, her loyalty. But slowly, cracks began to show. His comments about her race, his constant comparisons to better matches, his belief that success was tied to appearance and status, all revealed a man more shallow than she had imagined. And one evening, without remorse, Daniel announced he'd found someone more fitting. He walked out, leaving her heart shattered. The betrayal cut deep, but Amara refused to break. Instead, she poured herself into her work, traveling abroad, managing her family's empire, and finding strength in places Daniel had never bothered to look. Months later, whispers of Daniel reached her again. He had remarried quickly, this time to a woman who came from a modest background, someone who, in his eyes, made him look like the savior. What Daniel didn't know was that his new wife, Claire, had just landed a job at one of the largest companies in the city. She was eager, excited, and nervous about her first day. The company? Amara's. When Amara arrived at the corporate headquarters that morning, she noticed Claire standing nervously in the orientation group. She offered a professional smile, hiding every trace of the storm brewing inside. By afternoon, Daniel himself walked through the doors, proudly clutching Claire's hand, ready to boast. The moment his eyes landed on Amara, elegant, commanding, respected by every executive in the room, his face paled. His arrogance drained in an instant, replaced by disbelief and panic. He realized the woman he had mocked for not being enough was the very person now holding his new wife's career in her hands. But Amara said nothing. Her silence was sharper than words. The room grew tense. Who held the power now? That afternoon, Amara led the boardroom meeting. Claire sat 2 rows back, clutching her notebook, unaware of the personal history tied to every word. Daniel, trying to mask his unease, kept shifting in his chair. As Amara presented, her voice carried authority that silenced the room. Finally, their eyes met. For a moment the past replayed, the insults, the rejection, the arrogance. But now, he was the one cornered, exposed by the truth of who she was. Every smile directed at her, every nod of respect from the executives, crushed him deeper into his seat. Amara didn't need revenge. The moment itself was justice enough, and Daniel realized too late he hadn't left her for a better match. He had abandoned the very best. Claire thrived under Amara's leadership, never knowing the whole story. Amara treated her with fairness and dignity, never letting personal history cloud her judgment. That was the difference between them. Amara's strength lay in her integrity, something Daniel could never grasp. For Daniel, however, the lesson was harsher. Every day, watching his wife praise the woman he once discarded was a reminder of what prejudice, arrogance, and blindness had cost him. Amara didn't need to humiliate him. Life had already done that. She walked forward with dignity, proving that true worth isn't measured by appearance or validation, but by character and resilience. And so the question lingers: how many stories like this must unfold before people learn? You cannot bury truth and you cannot silence justice? Tell me, which country and city are you watching from? Take care.